Hey you guys, it's me, KTB, and today I'm going to be reviewing The Space Between Heartbeats by Melissa Pearl. It used to be under the title of Betwixt, but the title has obviously since been changed. I'll read you the synopsis now and then I'll give you my review. Nicole Tepper has it all. Beauty, popularity, and the perfect boyfriend. But after a party, she can't remember. She wakes up in a ghostly state, trapped between life and death. Nicole's injured body is lying in a wooded area, but she has no idea where, or how long she has left to live. Only one person can hear her now. Dale Finnegan, a loner classmate that Nicole is relentlessly bullied. Dale's the last person in school who would want to help her, but he sets their tangled history aside to try to save her life. As they dig into what happened at the party, they discover her boyfriend isn't as perfect as he seems, and neither are her friends. With the clock ticking down and her life slipping away, Nicole must face a hard truth. Was what happened to her a terrible accident, or does someone want her dead? This book was so good. As you know me, I love romance novels, and this wasn't the most traditional boy meets girl. Well, it was kind of traditional in the sense that it is boy meets girl. Boy and girl try and help each other. Things kind of go wrong and they kind of separate for a little bit, but then they come back together in this massive crescendo of love and acceptance and stuff. And it did kind of follow kind of that kind of formula, but the concept was so different in the sense that one of them was dying, and though it kind of created that conflict of she hasn't got much time left, and for them to get there happily ever after, he's going to have to try and save her life before it's too late. And I really like that. I really like that kind of way of doing it, which I'm very much one who likes a good a concept that is kind of goes against the mould a little bit and is done well. You know, I've read some books that do kind of have really great concepts, but they don't quite, there's quite a few things wrong with the way it's been done, but this kind of combined both the elements of having something really new and interesting and fascinating with kind of sticking to that formula of doing it, you know, with all the right elements of conflict and the usual pattern of the way things go generally, and I really quite like that. And I also liked some of the little hidden subplot messages that, you know, just because you're popular and you're beautiful and everybody envies you doesn't mean you have great friends, and doesn't mean that, you know, they actually would watch your back in any given situation. All her friends are absolute bitches and bastards, if you're going to put it that way. Yeah, and the people that aren't as high up on the school food chain in terms of popularity will probably you'd probably end up having deeper connections with in the long run. And I love that hidden kind of message in the subplot as a subplot. Nicole is such a good character as well, and she goes on a journey which, you know, you kind of see as popular, like, oh, look at me, I'm so pretty, and then suddenly you kind of get the ending where she goes from popular to not so popular, but she has a better life as not so popular, even if kind of being bullied, the possibility of being bullied at the end is something that, you know, she'd end up having to live with for a short while. But, you know, she's turned her life around, which is always something that's good within kind of characters and stuff. You know, you want to see them kind of grow and change and become better people as a result of their journey, and that is what has happened in this book. Melissa Pearl, the author, has done it really well, and it's engaging. The way it's written is done really well, and hats off to her. I have read the sequel to this book, which I will be doing a review on. I have yet to read the prequel. I've got that on my Kindle. I'm going to read it now, and I will give a review on that, both the prequel and the sequel, later. So yeah, I'll put the links down below for this book, and you should go get it if you like romance. I know some of you out there prefer thrillers and stuff, which is perfectly fine. Romance is my genre, more my genre. It's the one that I read most of my books in. Not to say that I don't read any other genre at all, but it's the one I read most of. And, you know, so if you like romance, you should go get this book. Melissa Pearl does romance really well. So, okay. I'll see you in the next episode then, guys. Bye-bye.